Hey readers, I'm Miss McMullen and here we are for our first day of Read Aloud for I Survived the Bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941 by Lauren Tarshish. I believe she's the author of most or not, if not all of the I Survived books. If you've read this before, I welcome you back. If you have never read I Survived before, I think you're going to like it. Thank you for choosing it. And there's a few things I want to tell you before we get started. If you are interested in reading along with me, you can check out this book on Sora. And so you can have it open on your computer and then have me reading it out loud. So that's an option for you. However, keep in mind that Sora is just like a regular library. So if you check that book out, someone else cannot. So if you are actually going to read along, that's fine. But if you know that that's not something you're really interested in, please don't go to Sora and check it out because that means that someone else cannot. Okay, there's only a couple copies of the book on Sora. So only a few of us are going to be able to do that. Another option for you, if you do not know this already, the Camden Station Library is open. Yay! So you are able to come in and check out books from Camden Station, or you can get in touch with Miss Wolf or your teacher or me if you are interested in reading this book. She's already pulled all of these off of the bookshelf just for 5th grade. So if you want to read along while I read to you, let us know, and she will check one of these books out to you and put them in the front office, and you can drive on by one day and pick it up, okay? So that's another option for you. Or you can just listen to me and do all of your thinking at home just while listening to me. That's an option too. Okay, let's get started. So we are going to start today. I Survived the Bombing of Pearl Harbor, 1941. And like I said, it's written by Lauren Tarshish. I believe this is book 4 of the series. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's book 4. Okay, ready? Chapter 1. December 7th, 1941, 8:05 a.m. Pearl City, Hawaii. So the author is giving us a little bit of background information. They're letting us know here's the date, here's the time of day, and here is the actual city that this is taking place in. I know from my schema that December 7th, 1941 is the day that Pearl Harbor was attacked, and it was also right in the middle of World War II. United States had not entered the war yet. We were not part of it yet, but after Pearl Harbor, we just might. America was under attack. Wow, it's starting off right away, under attack. Hundreds of bomber planes were swarming over Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. They swooped down, machine guns roaring. Bombs and torpedoes rained down. Well, that sounds terrifying. Explosions ripped through the blue Hawaiian sky. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom! America's mightiest warships were in flames. A curtain of smoke, black and bloody red, surrounded the harbor. The author's trying really hard to set the scene for us right now. Black and bloody red. 11-year-old Danny Crane had moved to Hawaii just weeks before. Ma had brought Danny to Hawaii to get him out of trouble, away from the crime and the rats and the dirty, dangerous streets of New York City. But he'd never felt more terrified than he did right now, alone and running for his life. One of the attacking planes had burst out of the smoke and was closing in on him across an empty beach. Danny sprinted through the sand, but there was nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. He peered over his shoulder as the plane flew closer. He could see into the cockpit. The pilot was glaring at him through his goggles. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, machine gun fire. Danny pushed himself to run faster. Searing pain filled his chest as he inhaled the smoky air. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Sand flew up into Danny's eyes. And then from behind him, a huge explosion seemed to shatter the world. The force lifted Danny off his feet and threw him onto the ground. And then Danny couldn't hear anything at all. And that's the end of chapter 1. Wow. That book opened up with a lot of action. What a way to hook in your reader, right? Are you guys hooked already? Wow. Tomorrow, we're going to get started with chapter 2, which is interesting because as I'm looking at it right now, it says chapter 2, 1 day earlier. What an interesting way to start out a book. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow in chapter 2. Thank you for reading along with me. Bye, readers.